Calyx go crazy.
Welcome to the Gridiron Guy Betting Show. I'm your host, A2, here alone in the studio, as you can see. This is part of our daily upload grind. This will be our first of our series. We're going to bring you an episode every day this week, maybe even 2 episodes a day. Who knows? As always, be sure to follow us on our social medias, especially for the betting platform. It's going to be Twitter, exclusively on Twitter. So follow us on there at The Gridiron Guy DA. Obviously, we have our YouTube at The Gridiron Guy, Facebook, and Instagram. Be sure to follow those as well. Give you a quick recap on how we did yesterday, where our college football plays. We posted 5 of them, went 3-2, had a little bit of a conspiracy in the Wake Forest Pittsburgh game. The over was set at 71. You saw 2 touchdowns rapidly scored in the fourth quarter to get us to 66. And then the stalemate there. But we correctly called Alabama to upset Georgia, and we also played Alabama plus a 6.5 as well. A little bit of free money there. Then we had a little blowout in the Kent State game. We were on the wrong side of that, but we correctly picked the over in the Michigan game. The over set at 44.5. Michigan scored 42 by themselves. So we also entered ourselves into a handicap contest on Twitter. So follow us on Twitter. You'll see some of our posted plays there. This episode is going to be strictly NFL. I'm going to give you a couple of insights of stuff that I like. I don't have Matt's plays, but I'll post those up on Twitter later today. But yeah, this will be strictly just a quick NFL preview. So the first game we have up right now is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals versus the LA Chargers. The point spread is set at the point spread is set at 3, favoring the Bengals. This is, as you can see, Vegas has this going to be a pretty close game. You have the Chargers traveling from Los Angeles. The only play I like in this game, I talked about it on our other episodes, is going to be the Joe Mixon rushing total. I think Joe Mixon gets 100 yards this game, just based off the fact that the Chargers cannot stop the run. It's right now set at 91.5. I got it at 84.5, but I feel comfortable playing that one all the way up, playing that number all the way up to 100 yards. So that'll be our first play that I play, would be the Joe Mixon rushing yard play. Just wanted to show you a quick Action Network screen over there just to see how I like to post my plays. I go to Action Network and pretty much just kind of look at the props that they have up. Action Network's a great tool. So if you have not used Action Network before, I highly suggest it. The next game I like, this number's kind of been bet down, is the New York Jets getting 5.5 going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. I kind of like the Jets to win this game outright. We have Gardner Minshew starting for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I believe this line started at 7.5, and it's kind of going down a little bit to where it's 5.5. So we know that Jalen Hurts is not starting. We know it's going to be Gardner Minshew. So we get to 5.5 points. I would probably look to even tease this up a little higher to get it to 9.5 if you like to do teasers. I'll probably post a teaser up over on Twitter just so you guys can see what I like. But yeah, so we got the Philadelphia Eagles on the road giving up 5.5. So I will play the New York Jets side of it. The Jets are a sneaky team. I believe Zach Wilson is going to be the starter. Philly has a good defense, but I think the Jets can cover that 5.5. Another game that I'm looking towards playing right now I'm looking at the New York Giants versus the Miami Dolphins. So that's a 6.5 spread going towards the Miami Dolphins way. Daniel Jones is not playing, and that's the reason why I'm playing the Dolphins minus the 6.5, laying the 6.5. I think they'll be able to cover the number pretty easily. The Giants are going to be out a couple receivers. They're going to have Kenny Galladay, obviously Darius Slayton, still have Saquon Barkley, Evan Ingram, but you don't have their normal starting quarterback starting in this game. So the Dolphins are a pretty hot team defensively, and Tua's coming to his own, getting pretty comfortable. Him and Jalen Waddle have a nice little connection that they had back when they had it at obviously at Alabama. So I will play the the Miami Dolphins minus 6.5. A lot of people like the Detroit Lions to win this week. They're getting 7 to the Minnesota Vikings. So if you want to play them on the money line, they're plus 252. They've been close in the past 3 games. They haven't allowed the team to score over 20 points the past 3 games. Obviously, it was against some subpar quarterback play. Dalton had a pretty good game, but he was only able to put up, I think 16 points. I think he was only able to put up. Yeah. Yep, 16 points. Yeah, the past 3 games for the Lions have been 16, 13, and 16. So this is I'll definitely put it under in this game. The under is set at 47. I think the under is pretty high. So I'll play the under in this game. The past 4 out of 5 for the Lions, the under has hit. And obviously head-to-head, the last time these two teams played, the under hit. It was 19-17. And the under has only hit twice in the Minnesota Vikings, but I'm playing this for the Detroit Lions. They're desperately looking for the first win, so I'll play the under. Obviously, there's some big games coming up this week. We have the Baltimore Ravens versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. This line has moved all the way up to -4 in favor of the Ravens, giving up the 4 to Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger has looked like it's going to be his last year. He hasn't played his best. Hasn't been as accurate with the football. The offensive line play hasn't been the best, and the defense is normally good every year, but they have a little injury history as well. I think the Ravens win this game and cover them the 4 easily. I think they win by a touchdown. I know this is the black and blue division, so the games tend to be a little bit closer, but I feel like the Ravens are coming into their own here. The public side is heavily on this one. They're on Per Action Network. 57% of the money is getting 88% of the bets in favor of the Ravens covering the -4. But I just look at them in their head-to-head against the Steelers. They lost the past 2 games in the head-to-head against the Steelers, so I expect them to. No, they didn't lose. Sorry, no, my apology. That's wrong. I quoted that wrong. The Ravens have came on top the past 2, but the Steelers. Sorry, yeah, I'm right. The Steelers have came on top of the past two games head to head, but this is when the Ravens come into their own and they just secure the win, further improve their chances in that division. But yeah, the game of the week, this one's going to be New England versus Buffalo. Buffalo's laying 3 in this game. I will look to play the over. The over is set at 41.5. I can see that game. I can see the over easily hitting. I think the over is too low. I think they're overvaluing New England's defense, which I think is a really good defense this year. But I think I have a hard time imagining the over not hitting in this game. Both teams have pretty good defenses. The over is 50% in their total games between the two teams this year. Head to head, the over is hit 2 times out of the last 5, and obviously pushing in their last matchup. The overs, like I said, I think the over is set too low. The over, this is 41.5 is the lowest there either team's total has been this year, and I can see them clipping it. I can see this game being 24-21 in favor of the Bills. So that means you can probably take New England covering the 3 or 3.5. You can get it at some bucks. All right, that is it. I gave you some plays. Feel free to comment on us on Twitter after you listen to our plays, or if you listen on Apple Music, be sure to give us 5 stars and give us some feedback. So that's it. I'm out.